Now, friends, let me tell you something that can absolutely transform your life starting today. You see, every one of us was created with incredible potential, just waiting to be unlocked. But here's the catch. Before the world can believe in you, you've got to believe in yourself. That's right. Belief is the thermostat that regulates your level of success. You'll never consistently perform in a manner that's inconsistent with how you see yourself. So if you want to go up in life, you've got to raise that belief thermostat. Today, I'm going to walk with you step by step through a powerful truth that can help you stop doubting and start doing. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. That truth right there has launched more success stories than any other line I've ever shared. Most people think they've got to wait until they feel confident, until the timing is right, until the stars align before they begin. But if that were true, none of us would get anything done. You don't build a masterpiece by staring at a blank canvas. You build it by putting the first stroke down, even if your hand is shaking. Every achiever, every leader, every difference maker started out with nothing more than a vision and a little bit of courage. The courage to look foolish, the courage to be criticized, the courage to stumble, to fall, and to get back up. The beginning is messy, the beginning is humbling, but the beginning is where belief is born. Because when you take that first step, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Now, I've met a lot of people who say, "Zig, I'm just not ready." But I say, ready for what? Ready to be perfect? That's never going to happen. What you need is not perfection. What you need is motion, progress, movement. The moment you move, your mind begins to shift. You stop waiting for confidence, and you start generating it. Belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes, but it doesn't grow through wishing. It grows through action. Think about it. Babies don't wait until they're confident walkers to take their first steps. They fall, they wobble, they cry, but they keep going, and one day they're running. You and I aren't any different. If you want to run toward your dreams, you've got to be willing to take those uncertain, unsteady steps at first. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start. That little bit of momentum can change your whole life. It's like pushing a boulder. The hardest part is getting it to move. But once you do, it rolls and it builds, and soon you're not pushing. It's pulling you forward. Belief is not a lightning strike. It's a spark you fan into a flame. You've got to start feeding that spark with discipline, with habits, with goals, with a decision to start even when it's not comfortable. Because here's the truth. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Growth lives outside of comfort, and starting is the passport to that growth. So don't wait, don't stall. You may not be great today, but if you take that first step, greatness will have no choice but to chase you down. The picture you carry of yourself in your mind, that's your self-image, and it determines how high you rise or how low you settle. You see, you can't consistently perform in a way that's inconsistent with how you see yourself. If you see yourself as average, you'll act average. If you see yourself as a winner, you'll start making decisions like one. That image becomes the blueprint for your behavior, and your behavior becomes the framework for your results. Now, the trouble with most people is they're walking around with a self-image built from failure, fear, and false opinions. Somebody told them they weren't smart enough, talented enough, or good enough, and they believed it. But friend, let me tell you, you were not born with those limits. You were born with value. You were created with purpose. But if the picture in your mind doesn't reflect that truth, you'll keep sabotaging your own potential. I've seen people with incredible gifts play small because deep down, they didn't believe they deserved anything more. And on the flip side, I've seen folks with average ability go on to do extraordinary things simply because they saw themselves as capable, worthy, and destined for greatness. They weren't being arrogant. They were being accurate about what was possible through belief, discipline, and persistence. The most successful people you know didn't get there because they were lucky. They got there because they decided to believe a different story about who they were. They rewrote the script in their minds. They took control of their self-image and refused to let doubt dictate their destiny. That's not just motivation. That's mental conditioning. Just like an athlete trains their body, champions train their thoughts. They look in the mirror and speak truth, not defeat. They don't wait for the world to validate them. They validate themselves through action. That's what you've got to do. You've got to become the architect of your inner world. You can't let past mistakes or outside opinions build the foundation of your future. You've got to take control. Because once you shift your image, everything else begins to shift with it. Your posture changes, your tone of voice changes, your choices change, and those changes start to attract new opportunities, new relationships, and new outcomes. Like this, your image is the thermostat of your life. Not a thermometer, a thermostat. A thermometer just reacts to the environment, but a thermostat sets the environment. When you see yourself as capable, your thoughts rise to that level. Your habits rise. Your goals stretch. You stop shrinking to fit other people's expectations and start expanding to fit your own vision. And let me tell you, that's when success starts showing up. Not because it finally found you, but because you finally believed you were worthy of it all along. Now, friends, let me leave you with this. Everything you've heard today, every truth we've talked about, it all comes down to one simple but life-changing decision. Will you believe in yourself? You don't have to wait until you feel ready. You don't have to wait until you've got it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan, perfect timing, or perfect talent. What you need is a decision to believe that your future is bigger than your past, that your value is not up for debate, and that your potential is greater than your current position. You see, believing in yourself isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment with the truth that you are created for a purpose and equipped with everything you need to take the first step. You may not feel qualified. That's okay. Most people who do great things started out feeling unqualified. But they kept moving, they took the next step, they fell, they got back up, and they grew stronger. And the more they showed up, the more belief grew inside them. Not from applause, not from approval, but from action. Your self-image, how you see yourself, sets the boundaries for your life. So if you want a bigger life, build a stronger image. Speak life to yourself. Train your thoughts like an athlete trains their muscles. Replace fear with faith. Replace excuses with effort. Replace doubt with discipline. When you change how you see yourself, you change how you show up. And when you change how you show up, the world responds differently. You don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. So today, don't just listen to these words, live them. Take one step, make one decision, move in the direction of your dream, even if it's just 1 inch forward. Because the moment you do, you begin to create momentum, and momentum, my friend, is a miracle worker. It turns ordinary people into world changers. The world doesn't need more people who play it safe. It needs more people who believe in the calling planted deep within their soul. That's you. That's your moment, and that moment is now. Believe in yourself, and give the world something it's never seen before, the full power of who you truly are.